organize something, then that's your glory. But it takes work. So what you guys need to do is a lot less talking, because it seems that there's a lot of emphasis on speeches and hearing people speak and feel good and clapping and coming to hear people entertain you. Well, we're not entertainers. We never did that. We challenge you to do the work, but look at us, look at our program, and then try to go out and create new movements.
Group New Era Las Vegas. It's an African-American empowerment organization.
New Era Las Vegas, an African-American empowerment organization.
Of New Era Las Vegas.
Founder of New Era Las Vegas.
Of New Era Las Vegas.
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 Will be armed, with whistles as well as pistols.
Minister Stretch Sanders is calling on men and women in the Valley to come together and help take back their neighborhoods.
We're not going to let nobody get killed by the police no more. We're not going to let nobody get killed by the hands of us anymore.
Neighborhood activists with New Era Las Vegas say it's time to turn the rallies and protests into action and service within black communities. They say their hood-to-hood event is part of the fight against police brutality.
I wanted to make sure that ours is just as impactful, and so we reached out to some heavy hitters in the community.
New Era Las Vegas. It's an African-American empowerment organization whose mission is to patrol and keep black communities safe. Today we checked in on them to see how things were going. They told us they've been able to work with local businesses such as supermarkets that were selling expired meat to clean up the store. They're also targeting bus stops and keeping people from doing drugs there. Minister Stretch Sanders, who leads the group, says it all starts at home.
It's cool to say Black Lives Matter and to basically plead to the government and the city about what they're doing to us, but at some point we have to bring that energy back home.
The I Love Being Black community cookout took place. This is at Kianga Isoki Palacio Park. Now, people came together for a fun day of food, music, dancing, and games. Organizers say this was an overall celebration of the African American community in the Valley.
We live in a climate where racism is so high. The police...
With fists high in the air, New Era Las Vegas, an African-American empowerment organization, held its first community patrol in North Las Vegas.
The purpose of this program is to arm our people.
It's good to honor him by giving back to your community with service. Now, New Era Las Vegas is that advocacy group, and they advocate for the rights of black and brown people. And today they'll be hosting MLK in the Hood. They'll be giving out groceries, clothes, shoes, and essential items for people who need it most.
We complain about the crime, we complain about the violence, but who's going to actually combat it?
Minister Stretch Sanders, an activist and the founder of New Era Las Vegas, has organized a weekly community patrol. On Tuesday night, it kicked off. He and several other community members gathered near MLK and Lake Mead. The leader of the group has spent every Tuesday night patrolling communities with high crime and working to clean them up.
As we were out passing out whistles and securing our neighborhoods, we were told by some elderly ladies to check on the fresh and let's go in.
And when they walked inside of this neighborhood grocery store,
we noticed there was a real bad odor that led us to the meat, and there was just piles and levels and sections of expired old meat. And this old produce, bananas that was black as meat.
It's a hard time getting stuff. Stuff's not on the shelves and stuff, so we have a little bit, but not much.
Enter Minister Stretch Sanders with New Era Las Vegas.
We are the first responders of the hood, so we don't sit down.
When grocery stores started selling out of toilet paper and hand sanitizer, Minister Stretch began handing out those very items to people who can't get it themselves.
Our seniors, single mothers, those who don't have transportation, and there are those who may be able to get in a vehicle to go to the store, but economically they can afford to spend $100 on groceries. Bring the food pantry to you. We understand everybody doesn't have a luxury of driving a vehicle or even getting on the bus.
Minister Stretch Sanders and New Era Las Vegas helped the seniors as well with a few items Friday. They created a COVID-19 task force and will continue to help more people in need.
The second annual MLK Day in the Hood brought countless smiles to the faces of families in this Doolittle community Saturday, with performances, lots of dancing, and donated items.
Two bags of groceries.
Members of the group New Era Las Vegas partnered with several community activists and Matt Kelly Elementary School to donate 65 bags of groceries, toys, and more.
We figure out which neighborhoods need the most love, and that's where we go. So this is our second year doing it. Every year we give out food, we give out resources.
Minister Stretch Sanders says their goal is to honor activist Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by helping others and spreading love and peace.
Vegas neighborhood come together to hold their community accountable. Minister Stretch Sanders leading a community patrol group tonight at Risk Takers Restaurant.
Yeah, the goal of this group is to check in on local businesses from time to time and protect children at risk in their neighborhoods where they live. Free food and groceries were also handed out to the people who need it. Just a chance for people to come together and meet their neighbors and spend some time together.
An annual Black History in the Hood event today. The event celebrated Black culture and the Black experience. Part of that experience is through service. Groups passed out free groceries, clothes, shoes, and other helpful resources. People also got to enjoy special guest speakers, performances, and games. And of course, Minister Stretch Sanders, in the middle of it all, really leading the way to make a difference in the community.
Local activists held a basketball game today aimed at bringing a Central Valley community together. The Increase the Peace event at Lorenzi Park was part game, part giveaway, with backpacks and other school supplies going to students who attended. The game was played between local artists and local leaders. Members of the Las Vegas Aces and County Commissioner William McCurdy were among those who came to show support. Organizers say merging the giveaway with a basketball game was a crucial part of their outreach.
We use service as the opportunity to bring people together.
New Era Las Vegas is getting into the holiday spirit with its Hood to Hood Winter Edition. New Era gave out 100 toys to 100 kids ahead of Christmas. The group handed out free hot meals as well and groceries. More than that, all near Bonanza and MLK. Organizers say that they are just trying to give mom and dad one less thing to worry about this holiday season.
It's not your typical giveaway experience. You're going to hear messages, you're going to hear music. It's going to be something that's going to make them feel like they're part of something.
Taking to the streets to keep them safe. One local group is stepping up for the Black community and helping patrol neighborhoods. Fox 5's Drew Andre joining New Era Las Vegas tonight as they recruited more volunteers and spread their message.
Summer of 2020, we were here for New Era's first community patrolling. Almost 2 years later, they're still keeping up with that outreach. Tonight, they came here to Owens and H Street to check on their neighbors and try to make change.
One community at a time. One community at a time.
Minister Stretch Sanders gathered his chapter of New Era Las Vegas as they continue their mission to limit violence, drugs, and create safety in areas like the historic West Side and North Las Vegas. Step one is being present.
You won't make a difference unless you go to the people. But what makes us unique, we don't just do an event and then we hit it, they're going tomorrow. We're consistent with it. Peace and love, Black men.
We followed the group as they walked around Bell's Market and the surrounding area, handing out flyers with their newly installed Black Man Code of Conduct.